Okay, this is for all my people who are feeling completely overwhelmed by the state of the world and are feeling a sense of deep despair and fear over the everything going on politically right now in the United States and the rest of the world. This is for you. I'm Emma Coble. I'm a licensed professional counselor in Colorado. And this is something I myself am experiencing. So I want to first of all say that if this is you, you're not alone. And this is something my clients are experiencing, my friends and family. If you're finding yourself up doom scrolling in the middle of the night, if you feel completely paralyzed at times and it feels hard to get through the tasks in your day because you feel so scared about the future, this makes sense. You're not alone, and I want to talk to you a bit today about what you can do when you find yourself in this state and what's causing it. So one thing I want to say is that political despair that's happening for you now, it's real. Like, the things that are happening are real, and there are true threats to the way of life in America, to democracy, to human rights, to certain groups' safety as well. That is all real, and it's not in your head. And if you're sad, and if you're grieving that, and if you're mourning that, that is valid. And what is coming up for many people is trauma that is being re-triggered. And that is often what's causing such a feeling of paralysis and is causing this to feel all the more intense, even though it's already intense exactly as it is. So a leader that feels volatile, unstable, at times vengeful or hateful, this can remind us of parents, teachers, past abusers who did not have compassion or show care for us or our needs or feelings. This can feel very reminiscent of that. As well as we might feel like the political system is so big and such a lack of control and such a feeling of powerlessness over everything that is happening. This can also feel really reminiscent of like being a kid and not having power or control over the world around you. As well as this fear of like everything's gonna come crashing down, there's not gonna be a future. This is really familiar for a lot of us, and I want you to, as we're talking about all this, just be thinking if any of these things are familiar to you or occurred at all in your early life. And then thinking about like what is happening to you now and what would mean it. Like, you might be experiencing some symptoms that indicate that this is trauma being triggered. And some of these are fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. So if you are finding yourself like getting super anxious, hypervigilant, maybe getting really angry and getting in, political fights with people over the internet or whatever, you could be in that fight state. You could be totally shut down, like in flight, like zoning out, like unable again to interact with others and process and do things in your life. You could be in complete freeze state, or a flight state. You also might find yourself kind of just trying to keep everyone around you happy or keep your environment really safe and okay right now, and you might find yourself a bit in that like fawn kind of a state. So the first thing I want to say is like, treat yourself like you would treat a scared kid, like you would treat the scared kid that you were. So with so much kindness and self-compassion, maybe place a hand on your heart, let yourself know, like, I'm here, I care about this suffering, you are not alone, we're not alone, we're gonna get through this. Let yourself know, like, I'm here for you, self, I'm gonna take care of you. The next thing is really think about what is in your control and what isn't here, and I'm gonna encourage you to release some of the things that are not in your control. So the things politically that are in your control are like, you can vote, you can take action, you can do things to help right now, and that's great. Do those things when you have the space for it, when your nervous system is regulated enough and you feel like, yes, this feels like a good thing to do. You also can take care of yourself, and that is probably going to mean turning off the news from time to time, putting away your phone, engaging with life, doing things that are fun and life affirming in the now. You can also, have healing conversations with other people, create spaces for change, connect with other people. Remembering that it's not your job to fix all this, and you can't fix all this. This is not in your control. The next thing I would say is engage in some trauma healing work, whether that's work that you do more yourself or with a therapist. Identify these old wounds, work on healing and being there for these scared parts of yourself. Work on healing those past traumas so that this doesn't feel as intense and as scary as it does right now. The next thing is work on staying in the present moment. So noticing am I safe right now? Is there anything good right now that I can focus on? Come back to your body, come back to your feet on the floor, come back to pleasant sensations around you, to the air you're breathing, to the beautiful things that you can see around you, to color. So just try to bring yourself back to the present, because so much of what feels scary about this is the unknown future, and none of us know what's going to happen in the future. All we can know is what's happening right now, and reassuring yourself of I'm resilient. I'm going to continue to be here for myself in the future, come what may. The next thing I would say is find your people, find your tribe, find people who, share your feelings and thoughts, and band together. A lot of what this administration wants is for people to feel separated and isolated, and to feel totally in an inactive state because they're so alone. So find your people and connect with others, and that's going to help as well. Remember that you are not alone. Even if you can't find your people for whatever reason, you're not alone in how you feel. You are, if you're watching this, you are safe right now, and none of us know the future in life. But you can come back to the fact that you've gotten here, you are resilient, and some of the most painful moments in life and in our history have formed some of the most beautiful new eras, the most beautiful people. So take care, work with that inner child, heal those old wounds, and contact me if you need.